Odyssey. Try not to disappoint us. We trust you will find a way to write your own legend.
It's the boss. Today I want to go over and show you guys Age of Mythology Retold and just go through some of the specs and what we sort of need. So I'm here on the Microsoft page and we've got the new Gods pack Freyr. We're just going to go and have a look at a few pictures. See what that's about. This looks like a Nordic expansion pack. One of the new gods. It's quite interesting. Looks very detailed. I do want to showcase some of the settings that we can go over as well after, and sort of what I would recommend as a graphics card. Yeah, so that looks very good. Love the icicles here. All we got there, we have is coming out tomorrow. If you do pre-order it and get 7 days early advantage. I just want to showcase how much room we need. So if we go back here, this is on the Microsoft Store. I recommend getting it on Steam, of course. There is a sale at the moment. I believe it's 15% off. We need about 23 gigabytes. So that's not a lot. It does look good though. Let's go to Steam now. Just talk about when it's coming out and what time. So I'm actually in Australia. So my times would be Sydney. And it says 10 a.m. AEST, August 28th. If you're in New York, it's going to be 8 p.m. EDT, August 27th. And so forth. I just want to show you the store page. Here we obviously have the editions. You've got the standard, premium, and the upgrade. I suggest just getting the premium. I mean, you get up to 7 days early access, new Gods pack Freyr, which we just looked at, Legacy Patriots pack, expansion 1 and expansion 2. That's all groovy, groovy, groovy. But the minimums, so we need Windows 10 64 and an Intel i3 4130 or an FX 4350. 2 cores, 4 threads. That's very, very basic. 8 gigs RAM. GTX 645. I don't even know if anybody is even running that anymore. Intel Iris graphics 550 or better. DirectX 12 version. Recommended is Windows 10 64. Processor an i5 or AMD equivalent at 3.6 gigahertz. Minimum, recommended memory is 16 gigabytes. So I'd say that 16 gig is probably the maximum it's going to chew up. I will test it with, I've got 64 gigabytes of RAM, so we will do a benchmark and test the ropes and the hoops and see what it's about. GTX 970 or an RX 570 or better. DirectX 12 again. So I'm going to shoot it out to make myself smaller, and then we're going to have a look at some gameplay and go over the settings, and then we're going to have a look at what I would recommend for a graphics. So here we are. I'm a little bit smaller, just to make sure you guys can see. I found this clip on the internet. The guy's sort of going over the settings. Is it 1080p? I believe he does have a RTX card because he does show ray tracing in here as well. But to be honest, it seems a bit jittery to me. That's why I'm thinking we might actually have trouble hitting a decent frame rate in this game at high settings. But like I said, we will test it. Sort of see what he does. So let's just pause that. So we got Texture quality, got texture filter, shadow quality, dynamic resolution, ray traced. Shadow quality also ray traced. I can see their ambient quality. I believe that's ray traced as well. So it looks like a lot of ray tracing going on. Building weather effects, dynamic lights, enable height gradient. Anti-aliasing, we obviously have FSR DLSS. Not too sure about frame generation on this title. But it looks clean. It looks good. Shadows are looking a bit funny, to be honest. I mean, the trees look okay, but if you have a look at the tower in the distance, I mean, it's not really showcasing like the ladder or anything like that. This guy's going to go on the settings again. But let us know if you're interested. Let us know what sort of videos you want to see about it. If you want me to compare the old one and the new one, I can do that. I'm excited, but I mean, it's been a long time. I didn't play Age of Empires 3 or 4. So this is a long time, didn't pick it up sort of thing. I started recently playing Age of Mythology, the OG version. So we got foliage. What did he do there? Godlike. Okay. I think that was it for the settings. Yeah. Go back there. See what we got. It's a shame he didn't put up any frames he's getting or anything like that. So we got ray traced shadows, dynamic reflections, and ray traced ambient occlusion. Does it really make a difference? I'm gonna have to check that. But he hasn't got a frame rate counter, so we don't really know what he's doing. I mean, there's not a lot going on the screen right now. But it's at 1080p, and it looks like FSR isn't really holding up really well. Especially like when like the characters are moving as they're gold mining. You can see that like that fizzleness. You'd probably want a 1440p monitor for this type of title, I would say, just to get that clarity. I mean, 1080p is good for, Valorant and all those other type of games, but I find, yeah, for this type of style, the bird's eye view, so you see it there as he changed. It all starts sort of fizzling. I wonder if I can make it slower. Let's show you guys. Let's go back there. You see the ostrich or the bird moving around? That FSR is really not holding in. Not at 1080p. Not too sure what cards he got, because if he's running ray tracing, 1080p, I mean, should be able to hold its weight. That's telling me it's a bit of a demanding game. The specs obviously on Steam don't really tell us anything. But what I've got here, GTX 1080 or older, you're probably in trouble. 1060 and upwards, all depends how much VRAM you're using. You might be okay. I would say if you've got a 3060 12 gig, you're off to the races for sure. Yeah, that's probably enough of that. All right, so we're back here. We're bigger and better and bolder. So, what did we learn? Looks good. It's coming out. If you pre-order it tonight, get it 7 days early. I'm sure that the settings are going to be different and it's going to look better in the final cut. So, thanks for joining in. Hit up the Discord. Leave us a comment what your hardware is if you're pre-ordering it, and are you excited for it? I sure am. I'm going to be giving it a real hard time and giving it a good go. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.